Hey everybody. Okay, so you already know what a coach is simply and the qualities that it takes to, be a successful coach. All right. So you're probably now like, okay, this sounds pretty awesome. I don't need any certain qualifications. I don't need to be perfect, but what's the catch here? All right. So I'm here to kind of blatantly just tell you straight up that this business really doesn't have a catch. Okay. So you probably see some other companies that have the same type of feel to them and think, oh my gosh, it's too good to be true. I have to spend a ton of money to start this up. I have to keep inventory for my customers that might, want to purchase from me. And guess what? That's not the case at all. All right. So the great thing about being on this team and with Beachbody is that they actually do all of that for you. All right. So we aren't a middleman at all. We're just that support system, that motivator that I talked about. And after, we kind of dig deep into our future customer, or I like to, call them challengers, goals and what they want to achieve, we kind of direct them just to that perfect program that's already formulated by all the professional trainers and nutritionists that's going to help them reach those goals, okay? And guess what? That program gets sent straight to the customer. We're not a middleman. Customer service is all done through Beachbody as well, so you don't have to worry about that. And that's really it, all right? So if there's really any catch, and I say that in quotes, is it's really you just want to kind of keep improving yourself, which is I kind of touched on last time. But the only money that is spent in this business is for the tools that you would want to use to improve yourself on, all right? So how amazing is that? What other business is going to allow you to have zero overhead, zero debt, and still let you improve yourself and just be that walking success story, all right? So it lets you just build this home business without the stress that a freestanding business out on the street would have, okay? Now moving on from that, I just wanted to kind of address a few things that typically come up in conversation when you're deciding if this would be right for you, all right? So number one, you're probably thinking, well, I'm not a salesperson, all right? So I'm going to tell you, awesome. That's perfect. I'm not looking for salespeople. That's not who we want on our team. I mean, maybe you have a sales background. That's totally okay. It's not only going to help you, but you don't have to be a salesperson, okay? I am in no way a salesperson. If I was like a car salesman or if I was selling newspapers or something, I don't know, I would literally be fired. I would make no money, okay? This is all about having passion for helping others, sharing what you're doing and inspiring others to kind of act on those goals that I just talked about that they already have deep within themselves, all right? So 99% of the time, anyone that joins our team has no business or sales background whatsoever. And I can tell you right now, I went to college for business, and I learned more just doing through experience and being passionate and not using those business skills, to be honest. So just remember that. So next one, I live in a small town. Maybe you're thinking, I don't know a lot of people. I live in a very tiny place. How am I going to get the word out? Well, that's totally okay too. All right, so I lived in a small town when I first started this business. My hometown is very small. I typically recommend to my new coaches that we do start with your kind of inner circle just to kind of get started and get kind of used to what we do. But we have an amazing tool in this world called social media. And guess what? That connects us to thousands, even millions of other people that you would have never known, okay? I have built my business 99% of the time through Instagram and Facebook. And even now living in Pittsburgh, in a big city, I still do the same thing. The talent's going to have nothing to do with your success. It's going to, if you're really willing to kind of just build your network and meet new people through different avenues, then you're going to be totally fine. And we will help you with this and train you on how to do this, okay? So the next one, this is kind of probably the biggest one. You don't have time. All right, so I know this is very important because I get it. We all are busy. It seems that we have no more minutes in the day to spare. You may have a full-time job right now that you have to go to. You may be a parent. You may have different activities throughout the week that you need to, be at. But the truth is, we make time for anything that we are committed to, okay? So changing your situation financially, for your future is something that you are committed to, then you're going to find the time to fit in the activities that you need to make this successful, okay? When I started my business, I was a full-time college student taking 18 credits every semester, and I had 2 other jobs. I had a work-study job, and then I worked at a spa, because I have my cosmetology license as well. I worked at a spa when I could get home, on the weekends or something. So there was this one time in accounting class that I just had this epiphany. I'm like, Jill, what are you doing? You're not making the time for this. I was just really dreading finding a job after college was over and thinking that I would have to do like accounting or something in business. So I told myself it was time to make the time, So I started having to cut out some things that just weren't as important as changing my life was. All right. So that's the cold hard truth. I cut out some TV time. I cut out some Netflix time. I had to cut out some Facebook newsfeed time. We can sit there for hours just like scrolling down and down into the abyss of Facebook, the black hole, and you end up on like your aunt's, cousin's, brother's, child's Facebook picture. I don't know, but what happens. But and then also when it came to the point where I was reaching some pretty big goals in this business, I had to cut out a little bit of friend time. But it was so worth it. Because when I graduated college, I did not need to go look for a 9-to-5 job. I already had this built up. And I officially quit my other jobs. It'll be 2 years this July that I will have been working Beachbody full time. All right. So I just want you to really think deep and ask yourself, what can I cut out of my week or even my days? Start small. And that's not as important as changing my life is. All right. So I'm sure you're going to find some things when you think about it that way. So next, just really short, maybe you're thinking, I don't have the money to start. Okay, so you don't even know what it takes to sign up yet. We'll talk about that later. But if you're saying right now I don't have the money, then my gosh, you need to do this. Okay, this is going to help change your life. We're going to talk about income and everything tomorrow. But remember, if you're in that situation where you're saying I don't have the money to do this, well, you need to, because you can change that in the future. Okay. So lastly, maybe you're already a pretty good gym goer. Maybe you're a CrossFitter. Maybe you're someone that's in the bodybuilding side of working out, and you're in competitions or anything. You're thinking, well, how is Beachbody going to fit into all what I already do? Well, you're probably that type of person that people look up to. There's probably people on Instagram or Facebook or people in your like day-to-day life that look at you and think, I want to look like that. I want to be able to do what she's doing. I want to have the motivation. I want to be able to work out, but I have no idea how to do that. Well, Beachbody is your avenue to help them. Okay, so maybe you're not going to do a Beachbody program yourself all the time. You can try to fit it in here and there, but that's going to be the avenue that's going to have you help other people reach their goals, okay? Because they might not be able to do CrossFit. They might not want to. They might not be able to want to do a competition like you did, but Beachbody can help them, and you can be that person that gets them on there, okay? So remember that too. But really with an ending, I'm almost done here, I just wanted to say that someone successful in this business has overcome any of those little objections I just went over for any way that they couldn't make this work, okay? So if you get over that fear too for anything I just said or anything else you might be, thinking about in your mind, you can overcome it too, all right? So stay tuned for the next video, and we will go from there.